Good Thursday afternoon. I'm getting on here just a little bit later than normal, mainly because I'm still trying to catch up from everything from being gone this past weekend, and I thoroughly appreciate Dr. David Hardage coming down to Port A and filling in for me. I was able to catch a lot of it online, which is the benefit. So if you're listening to this and for some reason you cannot attend church Sunday morning, you can watch online, whether through Facebook or through YouTube. FBC Port A is our YouTube channel. Well, a few things that are going on, and of course this is spring break weekend coming up. Of course it's been spring break, but now the second weekend of it. We're starting tomorrow, and watch out. Katie barred the door. It's always exciting. You never know when you're going to have someone running a stop sign, speeding past you, or, who knows what else. But anyway, just be careful, pray, and God is in control. Even on spring break, God doesn't take a break. Well, here are a few things. This past week, we did not have Tidal Wave Kids because of spring break, but this coming Wednesday, next week, Tidal Wave Kids resumes, as well as youth had a game night last night, and they will pick back up with their normal youth activities this coming Wednesday. If you are here on Sunday mornings, then we have a place for your nursery-age children, as well as pre-K through third grade. And with all that going on, we're always looking for volunteers. We require background checks, and we have cameras in our nursery and children's church rooms so that workers are secure, as well as families can be secure that their children or their child is being taken care of. One of the major tenets of our church is our small group ministry. What we say around here is everyone a believer, every believer connected, and everyone connected a servant. The second part of that is every believer connected. So the question is, who are you connected to? And what small group are you a part of? Because if you're not a part of a small group, then you need to be. That is Christian community in action. It models the early church in Acts. So I encourage you here at First Baptist Church. We have multiple times throughout the week. 3 of our groups meet immediately after church on Sunday morning, right after church. There are various locations if you don't choose a Sunday morning time after church. And there are groups for women, men, mixed adults, for families, for youth. And there's more information at our welcome booth, the place where you get your coffee and sometimes candy. There's information about our small groups there. And if you go there and you say, none of these fit my schedule, talk to myself, to Don Thrasher, and we'll talk about starting up a new group. There's nothing wrong with that. We're always open to starting up new small groups. For some, and I realize that is really hard to read, I'm going to have to adjust that for Sunday morning. But we encourage everyone at one time or another to participate and celebrate recovery. We all have hurts, habits, and hang-ups that we need to deal with. Other times there are addictive issues that need to be dealt with. Everyone can participate, even if it's just for a season. The focus of Celebrate Recovery is the heart issue behind our struggles, and we're seeking the gospel solution to our struggles. In other words, what has Jesus done to help us with our struggles? This is the time of encouragement for each other to overcome our struggles. So Celebrate Recovery meets in our fellowship hall on Tuesdays from 6:45 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. They have fellowship, snacks, a time of worship. Then men's and women's groups meet separately. They use study and discussion guides, and you can get more information about that at our welcome booth as well. Well, right around the corner, this next Thursday, a week from today actually, is the Pregnancy Center of the Coastal Bend Annual Banquet. It's a 30th anniversary, Thursday, March 21st at 6:30. It will be held at the American Bank Center. So if you still want to go, contact the church office, or if you happen to know Tim or Cindy Long, you can contact them and we'll see if we can squeeze you in. I bet we're not falling back, well, excuse me, we're not springing forward an hour again, so it's a regular time. You don't have to worry about oversleeping. Church starts at 9:30. Then after church, the youth are going to have a bake sale, and they will be in the youth room. You can pick up your baked goods, and if you happen to be going to a small group, you can also stop by after small group time and grab your baked goods. Believe it or not, and I know you can believe it, Easter is right around the corner, April 21st. We are asking for donations for pre-filled Easter eggs. It's just too much trouble to get people up here to stuff and fill, and who knows how much is in each one. This way, it's handled. If you want to just give a monetary donation and we order it, that's fine too. If you buy the pre-filled eggs, we ask that you do not have chocolate in them. Some kids are allergic to chocolate, or it might be 105 degrees April 21st. You just never know, and chocolate and 105 degrees don't work well. So that's our options there. If you have a teenager, 6th grade through 12th grade, interested in youth camp, they need to see Charles yesterday. In other words, as soon as possible, because our spaces are filling up. We have our preteen camp also. You need to check with Charles on that as far as deposits and all that kind of stuff. Easter celebration is a wonderful service. Our Easter service is my favorite time of the year. I love to celebrate Easter here at First Baptist Church. Of course, I love First Baptist Church. Then getting to celebrate our Savior's resurrection is the best thing in the world in my life. So Easter changes everything. We're going to talk about how that applies to our life. I'm still working on the details about an empty tomb and empty lives, and so I haven't worked out the sermon just yet, but I think you can follow along. But here's the thing. Don't just come and bring your family. I want you to think and pray about someone who doesn't know Jesus and invite them to participate, to join you in the Easter service. This could be a life-changing event in their life. And I'm slowing down to emphasize the seriousness of it. Please pray and ask someone to join you on Easter Sunday to hear exactly what our Savior has done for us. Well, of course, there are many ways you can get the church bulletin when you arrive. You can scan it on your phone. If you have Facebook, you can go to the church Facebook page, and it's there on Facebook. We do have a few single copies, but please, we want to save those for our first-time guests. We want to put an emphasis on our first-time guests. But there are other ways in which you can access the bulletin. And of course, we are picking right back up in our series, Life Lived New. This Sunday, we're talking about our old friend. You say, which old friend? Well, if you haven't been here, maybe you're not sure, but come anyway, because I promise you'll catch up very quickly. For the rest of us who've gone through this series, you may be thinking about which friend I'm talking about, but it's that old friend. You're familiar with it. How do we deal with our old friend? How do we use it in our lives and in our instruction? I hope you'll be here, because I believe God is wanting to speak to all of us about the new covenant He has for us. And then after this coming Sunday, we're going to start talking about the applications of living in the new covenant.